Samsung Galaxy S5 vs Xiaomi Mi 4 comparison. The Xiaomi Mi 4. Since no smartphone on the market can be reviewed completely unless compared with another from its own category, we've chosen the Samsung Galaxy S5 as the Xiaomi Mi 4's competitor. Both flagships are top-selling devices in the United States and China respectively, and Xiaomi is on the rise on the international market. The devices Xiaomi has launched so far have been critically acclaimed and deserve a spot on Load the Game as well. Xiaomi has been dubbed the Apple of China and has surpassed Samsung's China revenue, becoming a dominant member of the market. It has released the Mi 1 and Mi 2 series, the Mi 3, Redmi and Redmi Note before releasing the Mi 4 on July 22. The Xiaomi Mi 4 is available for $459 at the moment, which is a convenient price tag for a high-spec Android smartphone. The Mi 4 landed as a make-or-break attempt from Xiaomi to dominate the market, and judging by all the hype it has created, it made rather than broke the company. The Xiaomi Mi 4 and Samsung Galaxy S5 have some identical specs which we will get out of the way so we can focus on the differences. Both have a Qualcomm Snapdragon 2.5 GHz 801 processor and Adreno 330 GPUs and the same 1920*1080 screen resolution. They are both roughly the same size, maybe the Xiaomi Mi 4 has a millimeters less bezels on its sides, but they do size up nicely next to each other. They both have roughly the same weight as well, at around 145 grams, which is okay for smartphones packing the power these do. Both phones come equipped with an accelerometer, barometer, gyroscope, compass, and proximity sensor. The Mi 4 and S5 are both 4G LTE compatible, though the S5 does run on more bands than the Mi 4 does, but connectivity on the Mi 4 will probably improve in the near future, not yet compatible with the United States bands. Android is running on both devices, the Mi 4 having the 4.4.3 version with MIUI 6 UI available for users, while the Galaxy S5 has the 4.4.2 version with TouchWiz UI pre-installed. NFC, infrared, and Bluetooth V4.0 are available on both phones. Now, let's skip to what differentiates the Xiaomi smartphone from the Galaxy S5 flagship. First off, the screens. The Xiaomi Mi 4 has an IPS screen with 441 ppi, while the Galaxy S5 has a Super AMOLED display with 432 ppi. The S5's screen is a tad more capacitive than the Mi 4's, but it does have lower pixel density. The Galaxy S5's screen is protected via Corning Gorilla Glass 3, while the Mi 4 does not have any outstanding screen protection. The Galaxy S5 is also IP67 certified, water and dust proof. The Mi 4's chassis is made of steel, while Samsung's flagship has stuck to a plastic casing, which has been criticized by many. Design-wise, the Mi 4 looks more solid and rough than the Galaxy S5. Personally, I prefer the Mi 4's sleek and simple design rather than the Galaxy S5's perforated backplate. The Mi 4 has a 13MP rear camera and 8MP front camera, while the Galaxy S5 has a 16MP rear camera and a 2MP front camera. Clearly, the Mi 4 prefers selfies. Jokes aside, the Galaxy S5's rear camera is better and users have reported good performance, while the Mi 4's rear camera has been reported to not work properly and sometimes snap blurry or grainy images. The Galaxy S5 has the advantage of a fingerprint sensor, card slot, heart rate sensor and a removable battery. The Mi 4 has more RAM than the Galaxy S5 does, namely 3GB versus 2GB, and has a 3080 mAh vs the S5's 2800 mAh battery. The problem with the Mi 4 is that it is not yet the United States 3G compatible yet, but Xiaomi said that a compatible version of the phone will be released soon. It is, however, compatible with European bands. The Mi4 has 64 GB internal storage, which tries to make up for the lack of a micro SD card slot, whilst the Galaxy S5 has only 32 GB of internal memory. Users have complained that support is a bit lacking for the Mi4, the phone running with bugs and in need of fixes, but these are unconfirmed rumors. What makes the Mi4 attractive is its low price, which certainly trumps the Samsung Galaxy S5's $600 price tag. Fact of the matter is that the Mi4 and S5 are indeed comparable phones, but the Mi4 does have its shortcomings for the United States customers. The United States smartphone market would find it deal-breaking that the Mi 4's screen does not have adequate protection, though. Overall, the Mi4 is a phone that Europeans might enjoy having, especially because it features high specs for a low price, even though it has its shortcomings. We will see how the American market will react to the release of a compatible Mi4 model later this year. The Mi4 has another competitor on the rise in the budget category, the Meizu MX4, priced at $320. The Meizu MX4's base model will feature a unique 1800 x 1080 pixels screen resolution on a 5-inch display. The phone will be powered by a MediaTek MT6595 processor. The high-end Meizu MX4 variant, on the other hand, will reportedly be powered by the latest Samsung Exynos 5430 processor, featuring a 2560 x 1536 pixels resolution on a 5.5-inch display. Also, the high-end model is expected to feature a fingerprint scanner. Both models are expected to be backed by 3 GB of RAM. For more updates, subscribe our channel.